Take a look at our tail of the tape here. 6'1" is Maga to the 5 feet 7 inches of John Howard, which made him a really short middleweight and still puts him kind of on the south end at welterweight. Only a 1-inch reach advantage though for Maga, and it's those 500 plus combat engagements that really, I think, could potentially cause some trouble for John Howard, but he's very experienced himself. Lillian Garcia gets these welterweight favorites started.
Ladies and gentlemen, this next bout is scheduled for 3 rounds in the welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. His specialty is jiu-jitsu, standing at 5 feet 7 inches tall with an official weigh-in of 171 pounds. This veteran has a 42 professional bout record of 27 victories, 14 defeats, and 1 draw. This is his 15th year as a professional MMA fighter. Ladies and gentlemen, representing the United States of America, fighting out of Boston, Massachusetts, here is John Doomsday Howard. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, he is a wrestler standing at 6'1", weighing in officially at 170 pounds. In 28 professional bouts, he has an outstanding record of 23 victories and 5 defeats. He has won 8 fights in a row, and ladies and gentlemen, he was your 2018 PFL welterweight $1 million champion of the world, fighting out of Dagestan, Russia. Here is Magomed Magomedkerimov. Your referee in charge, Rob Hines.
Season 2 is a whole different animal when you come in with $1 million and a belt, and of course for Maga, a target on your back as the obvious favorite.
No doubt about it. Every guy in this division wants a shot at him right now.
Maga in the silver shorts, John Howard in the red and blue.
I don't know, Randy. Maybe these guys in this division want to avoid him and hope somebody else takes him out. Because he's a dangerous man. He can do it all. And look at that range. He's so good with the range. I believe he has the best control of range in the PFL right now.
Sharp jab there, answered with a leg kick by Howard.
And that's what Howard has to do. Howard has to attack him on his attack. Nice.
A right hand into a takedown there, smooth for Maga.
John Howard should be comfortable on his back. He's competing at welterweight for the first time as a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. And he feels good about that. He's excited about that, but he's got to get off of his back. This is the hardest place to affect your Jiu-Jitsu in mixed martial arts.
Not only is Howard coming in as a welterweight this year, he was knocked out of the middleweight playoffs last year on kind of a tiebreaker technicality, and it hasn't sat well with him for these last 5-6 months. So a lot for him to prove as well. A little chip on the shoulder as he's trying to negate the attacks with the double butterfly here.
Very true, and that controversy that you're talking about, that came from the eventual champion. So would he have been the champion had he moved on? Don't know, but he's facing the welterweight champion from last year now. This is a big test for him. Big test for both men.
Tight overhook for Howard.
Howard's an interesting story. He's lived his life with autism, but it wasn't really diagnosed until 2016. You know, obviously that answered a lot of questions for him why he struggled academically and some of the other things along his life, but certainly not holding him back. He's overcome it. He's a great fighter, great athlete, and a great guy.
So see what he's doing with that, see what John Howard is doing with that whizzer on the left side. He's also trying to control that wrist on the far side with that butterfly guard. He was trying to set up a sweep, but Magomed recognized that, got his hips on it, and was able to crash that sweep. Now Magomed has the underhook on the far side, head control. Good replacing the guard by John Howard.
Workmanlike performance so far from Magomed Magomedkerimov. Will attempt to pass the legs of Howard here. Huge just misses. Great awareness by Howard on the bottom there.
Howard did a nice job. First of all, using his feet to create that distance, but also getting his head out of the way of that.
Hey, it doesn't take a whole lot of smarts to do that. You see something big and vicious coming at you, just move.
You know, I feel personally attacked when you say things like that. Nice control here by Maga, but also excellent defense by Howard, negating most of the offense, not taking anything overly significant here. It's scoring points certainly for Maga, but nothing seems to be hurting Howard just yet.
Absolutely. But what I want to see Howard do, his jiu-jitsu is not working for him in this position. He's got to try to create some scrambles, get back to his feet. And I think he recognizes that now. He doesn't want to play this game the entirety of the round, because then he loses the round he's behind.
You saw a crafty little straight punch right down the middle there from Maga. He hits you from all angles. He controls distance on the ground and standing. Really a very, very complete fighter. And that's why he took home $1 million in a belt on New Year's Eve.
Magomed's using his wrestling very, very well here, which can be the kryptonite for jiu-jitsu in a lot of these situations. He floats over the top very well. He's very controlling. He's got great hips, and that can be really tough for a good jiu-jitsu guy to deal with.
And also, what John Howard is doing here, he's turning to his left side, trying to get that, keep that high knee between him and Magomed. But what's happening is Magomed elevates that low leg, and it prevents John Howard from being able to get back to his feet.
"30 seconds left here in round number one.
As soon as Howard turns away and tries to elevate, Magomed elevates the bottom leg, and it prevents John Howard from getting up.
Big double body shot. And a right hand and a left landed. Howard may be in trouble here very late. And there's a guillotine. We've seen this.
Outside guillotine, rose to him. He's got it deep.
That's very deep. Can Howard hold on?
10 seconds.
He taps. He taps. Maga sneaks in the late guillotine, and we saw that be deadly for him in season one.
That man is a vicious guillotine.
Slick guillotine by Maga.
And he has a lot of setups for it. We've seen him hit that guillotine from a couple different situations.
2 straight guillotine chokes.
He was in full mount and went to the guillotine. I wouldn't advise anybody to try that.
Season 1 champ Magomed Magomedkerimov makes a successful return to the PFL cage. Lillian Garcia will make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, the stoppage comes officially at 4 minutes and 54 seconds in round 1. Submission by guillotine choke, earning 6 points in the welterweight division. Here is your winner, Magomed Magomedkerimov.
Let's take a look at how this happened for Maga. Right hand into a takedown here, puts John Howard on his back.
And he just controlled from that top position for the rest of the round until he was able to set that trap. I mean, that was a vicious past the legs, throw the big bomb. I thought John Howard was hurt there.
It looked like he was hurt, and you see him trying to scramble up and get that underhook.
Climbs into full mount.
Arm in, guillotine.
Look at the squeeze from Maga.
Body triangle on top of that. There's no way
man.
you're getting out of there.
And with only 6 seconds left, draws the tap from John Howard. Here's another angle on it. Very crafty. There are a lot of times these last second submission attempts are just kind of Hail Marys and you don't expect much out of them. For Maga, we have to expect it now.
Yeah, he got an extra point out of it. If that was, I mean, if he was able to affect that in the second round, that should put him in 3rd place now.
He is now 6-0 in his PFL career between season 1 and season 2. There's his corner reacting. They know what they're watching. Cageonomic numbers on this feature welterweight bout. 26 to 35 total strikes. A lot of that, of course, on the ground for Maga. The one takedown proved to be the doom for Doomsday John Howard, who so far at welterweight has not had the results that he wanted. But look, you're running up against last year's champ. You knew it was going to be a tough test. We'll see him again in about 6 weeks. And as impressive as a 6-point first-round finish is, Randy, I dare say it's only good enough for third place. Sada Boussi with a 17-second liver kick knockout. Glyco Franza, he finished his ESPN Plus bout earlier in the first round. And Maga slides into that third place, as I said. We just saw Ray Cooper earn his 5 points. Chris Curtis and Anderson Ferreira also on the board.
Yeah. Get ready. What you wanna do? If you don't strike first, that's when they gon' come at you. Yeah. And you know it's true. Don't let your life get worse. Being timid, that ain't cool. Nah.